Welcome aboard the Mercedes EQS, the most luxurious electric car in the world. Correction, it's not a car, it's a UFO. Plan for this video is to find out whether this does have a 450-mile claimed range. Does it have the nicest cabin in the world? And what features might filter down into your car in due course? Plus, what is it like to live with for a whole week? It's better than my bedroom. This one has the hyperscreen, so it has a number of interesting features. The first is when your passenger sits in this, he gets or she gets a power button which brings them to get their own screen, and then here we go, you can control everything inside the car just like the driver can. Second thing is this button. When you have a route in, so I've just put a route in, I've just told Mercedes to get me a route to Glasgow. Look at that, it tells me on the route here that there's a 350 kilowatt charger. I think that's very useful. If I just click this button, it will show me more charging stations along the route, or the ones that are near, and what kilowatts they are, 62, 120. The only thing that this doesn't do is tell you how many people are using the charger, whether it's working or not, but that is a real great step in the right direction, right? On to looks. There's a mixed bag of people and opinions, but when you see this car in the flesh, you get an idea of how amazing it looks. It is a beast, 5.2 meters long. That's bigger than a Range Rover, and of course maybe even wider than a Range Rover, and they've done it on purpose because this bullet shape is to make this the most drag efficient car in the world. But the looks do pale into insignificance when you sit in this seat and you drive this, because the only way I can describe this car is about as close to floating or flying as you can get. Yes, you can feel the road. Yes, there is feeling in the steering, but everything's just so quiet, so professional and precise. Some people say it's not as good as the S-Class. It's not based on an S-Class, it's based on itself. All you can say about the S-Class is that they've obviously gone to the S-Class desk and they've gone, right, what's good, what can you... So there's influence there, but I would say that this is a step up from the S-Class. Certainly in price, it's similar price. It's very good. One of the nice features of the EQ cars is the sound that you get when you approach the car and you unlock it. So I'm going to do that now. You won't hear the sound. In the EQE, it's a low, sort of menacing drone. In this, it's a calmer sound. I'd even go as far as to say, I think it's E major. E major is used to be more soothing. Thank you for the music, ABBA, that's E major. Quick chat about the automation. Firstly, in England you can't have full automation. The car is on level 3 elsewhere, and I've seen some, and it's embarrassing that we aren't allowed to do it. If I press the resume button, the car in front is now denoted by what I can see on the instrument cluster. If that car was a lorry, it would show me a lorry. If there were 3 lanes, it would show me the 3 lanes. Now, it's slowed down for this roundabout. I have a roundabout icon on my head-up display to let me know I'm on a roundabout, but it's cheating a bit because it's following that car. Outside of the UK, you get a lot better system than this. What I will say is that the speed recognition system in the Mercedes is amazing, because every time you get to a new speed limit, the car will slow down for you, meaning you can relax on your journey and not have to worry about, oh, I'm at a 30 now, or is it a 50? Oh, is there a speed camera? No. This is the fingerprint reader, which can store up to 7 drivers and their information, seating position, favourite destinations, colour of the cabin, maybe even their music and media and everything. That's a great invention, because I wonder whether if you can do that, then surely you can maybe have a fingerprint to start the car, which would be very useful to stop people from stealing Range Rovers. Huge enormous space in the boot. This one has got a lovely white or cream carpet. All the detailers can now comment and tell everyone how to keep this light. You don't want people's dirty luggage going in here, but it's nice, I could sleep in here. Well, we haven't done this for a while, so I'm going to put my hazards on, and I'm now going to look for a parking space, because this will auto park. I'm going to find a small space, give it a challenge. Select the view by touching parking assistant. There it is. Start button. Press the start button. That was so easy. Look at this. Oh, wow. Well, there's a bus coming, so will it see the bus? He's not even going to slow down for me. Don't curb it. Stop, 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 stop. Is it going to straighten up? Mate, okay. That's pretty good. I probably wouldn't have got in there myself. There is a button here called Memory Park Assist. So if I switch the car off, switch the car back on. Okay, so now if I press the parking assistant button again, what will happen? It's going to get me out. I don't believe it. It is getting me out again. And it's putting me back where I was. What on earth? I'm in blue mode now, but I'm in the pink mood, so I'm going to go for some pink for this. As you can see, everything is lit, and it's not until it gets to night where you are completely and utterly bathed in light. I know that you've probably seen that already in the S-Class. They were the first, weren't they, to do it. It looks great. But they are actually also a safety feature, because if there is someone in your blind spot, you will get a red warning. If you try and open the door, you will get a red warning. This will change along here, and it will almost turn into a parking aid to let you know that you're getting closer and closer to something. That's good. And also in the back, when you change your temperature, not only do the seats underneath change colour, but the door will go red as well, or blue, depending whether it's hot or cold. A lot of these are going to be used in places like London, where there's not a lot of turning around space. So I'm going to do a manoeuvrability Austin Powers test now, just to show you what happens. There's the cameras, which you can see, and because the standard on these are fitted with rear wheel steering, not only is this very easy on the arms, but the rear wheels turn, I think it's about 10 degrees the opposite direction to the front, which is good. Look at that. That was effortless bit of business. I'm going to try some keywords now, because I have a feeling they have been improved to make them better than the competition. Let's have a go.
How may I help you?
Direct me to the Ritz, London.
Cancel the current route and navigate to the new destination, the Ritz, London, 150 Piccadilly.
I do have some gentle feedback though on the wake up word, because instead of the hey word, I think it should be okay. Or because it's over the air, maybe they shouldn't let you do your own.
Alan! 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 Alan!
In terms of usable range, I saw between 380 to just over 400 miles, and I noticed despite being a mobile disco on wheels, it sips power, making charging visits very rare.
And now, whilst you are charging, you can play some games like this one. You can have your browser, go on the internet and go onto YouTube or whatever it is you want to, and there's pairs there and everything. My friend's got a Tesla Model 3 Performance. I said to him last night, mate, I've got this EQS, it's amazing, don't know what I'm going to do, it's just incredible. He said, has it got Disney?
It does have this very handy motion detector though, which puts a light over the passenger seat when you move your hand in that area. Oh, and as we mentioned, here are the lorries. And it does have Apple CarPlay, which I don't think my friend's car has, which is a bit of a shame, isn't it really?
Here's the money bit. This will be interesting, because most people will be leasing a car or do some form of lease deal, and this of course is Leasing.com, where you can find all of the latest cars. You can also value your car on the website. But for some people, this is going to be cash. Say if you live in the UAE or in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, in which case it's the equivalent of £104,000 or £161,000, getting closer to for this one, which, well, that's just change, isn't it?
Take one step inside a dealership, for example, like First Motors Dubai, and you won't find an EQS because it's probably too cheap. Here in the UK though, 160 grand is still quite a lot of money, and let's face it, some people could get a week's shopping for that.
Happy 10 cents in the difference, Craig.
All the 10 cents add up, you know.
In the olden days, we used to put our favourite cars on the walls. We'd have model versions of them. But things like the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris, they're all going to change. We're not going to sort of lust after them in the same way as we did when we were kids. So what we have to do is change our perceptions. So this is going to be my first experiment in that altering of perceptions and aspirations. I'm going to say this is going to be one of my top 5 dream cars.